Hello everyone, and welcome to the next video for CGS 2108. Today I'm creating a video recording to demonstrate probably 8 or so tasks from the Chapter 5 Excel project assignment. Okay, as you know, I've been out up the country for a while. Actually, I got back Wednesday before our class, actually, right? I don't remember now. Shoot. Anyway, yeah, before class, but I don't think I shared any pictures with you yet. And let me verify that I'm recording here. So I am recording. Okay, and I'm not sharing my screen yet. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Share. And you know what? As I think about this, it says my connection is poor. Let me go over here. Obviously, I'm the only one in the room. So let's see, hide that. Let's go back over here and close that page. So, looking at me shows excellent. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm assuming the connection's fine. All right. So yeah, first I want to show you a picture or two. And I may have shown you these the other day. If I did, sorry for the duplication. As a matter of fact, now I'm thinking I did. But anyway, so this is Toronto last Saturday or last Sunday. What's going on here? Okay, that's Jared. That's my wife, Eva. And that is my son, Caleb. Of course, they're both Eva's sons as well. All right, so that is that one. And this is me with my two sons. Okay, and that is that. All right, so I'm going to try to make this video very efficient. Okay, very, very efficient. So I'm just going to start right up. Okay. I actually started this recording, not this recording, but to demonstrate this last Friday, the night before we were leaving. And I only ended up doing a few steps, and I stopped and I saved it, and I liked the recording. And I said, oh crap, I only got like a 23 or whatever on it, because I only did, I think it was 4 steps. But I went back and reviewed the Word one just prior to leaving. And I said, I know I did like 8 or 9 steps, and I did. So I said, no, I'm not going to upload this one. So anyway, I'm going to do it now today, but doing more steps. All right. Okay. So let's get going over here. I've already got course materials up. I am recording. I got to verify one more time. Let's see. That's on. My video is not on, but I am sharing. So we are good. All right. So over here. All right. So module 3. Let's make sure I'm in your view, because I think that's where I do these. Structured view. Okay, so module 3, Excel, and go down to Excel, the project. Okay, and I want to start this thing. For those of you that have not started it yet, one person has a 99 and one, I think, an 81 thus far in the class on this project. Okay, so I'm going to download the materials, download all files. So they're going to download basically as a zip file, okay? And then I shall extract the contents and then show you what we're going to be looking at, right? So I'll show this on showing the folder. All right, so it's already got that thing there. Oh, that's mine. That's the one that I had downloaded. Okay, so I'm going to extract this, extract all, and I'll just say that. All right, so we have an Excel file. Move this over here. So we have the file that we're going to be working with. We have the final result, and we have the instructions. Now, the final result I mentioned in the video that I started doing, that I stopped because I didn't have enough. It only shows the pivot table and the chart. So that part I'm going to stay away from today, because at least you can see that. The sales data is not even shown here. But there is sales data, which is what we start with. So that's the one I'm going to do. And then that, you'll be okay once you get there. Like I said, somebody got a 99, somebody's got an 81. That's with, I think, only 1 try each. Okay, so out of that. So I'm going to open up the instructions. All right, I'll enable the editing. And this time, instead of doing it the way I did it in the last video. Again, I'm just going to make this wider and smaller, less tall. And then when I'm doing my, what's going on here? Oh, well, I'll just drag it down. Okay. And then I'm going to open up my Excel file. And I'm going to show you the Excel file first, and then I'll start doing the, let's make that big. All right. So we have sales subtotals and sales data thus far. Okay. So now we're going to go look at the information that our instructions are telling us. So that's this thing here. So for now, I'll pull this up. All right. And I'll make the zoom a little bit more on that just to kind of make it, that should be good. All right. So start Excel, download and open the file named exp19 Excel chapter 5 underscore ml1 underscore real estate.xlsx file. And that's this file right here. Okay. If you look at the top of it, it tells me, it'll tell you your name underscore exp19 underscore excel underscore cho5 underscore ml1 underscore real estate. Okay. Now you're going to have to make sure you follow the instructions. And remember, there's an embedded key in this file. And that embedded key ties in with your MDC student ID based on what you've signed into Pearson MyLab IT with in this class. So please, it's okay to work with one of your friends, but you cannot share a file. I promise you, you'd both get a 0 on it if you do. Okay, so that's that file. And here is the instructions. So you don't get credit. See, it's 0 points for just starting Excel, okay, and downloading the file. Now it says Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file. And again, over here, in my case, because I'm just emulating a student, it just says underscore student. In your case, it would be underscore and your last name. And again, I think I mentioned with the Word project that I demonstrated, you know, a lot of people can have the same last name, but the last name is only part of the tie-in. And it's really actually not the tie-in. The tie-in is only with your student ID, which is associated with your account. Okay. All right. So now remember, this is chapter 5 based in Excel. So it's saying here, before subtotaling the data, you want to calculate the selling price as a percentage of the asking price. So they're saying in cell G2 of the sales subtotals sheet, insert a formula to calculate the selling price percentage of the asking price. Format it with percent style with 1 decimal place, and then copy the formula down the column. So number 1 is obviously to go to cell G2 on the sales subtotal sheet. I'm going to pull this up about right there, and now pull this file back up and pull this one down a little bit as well, just so I can have it under that. About like that, and about like that, okay, and go up all the way right there, okay. Now make this a little bit bigger as well, right, maybe right there. Okay, so now it's saying in cell G2 of the sales subtotal sheet. So first of all, I got to see, am I in the sales subtotal sheet? So let me scroll up. I'm not, I'm in the sales data sheet. Okay, so I'm going to click sales subtotals. Go back to verify that's what it says. Yeah, in the sales subtotals sheet, and then in cell G2. So here is cell G, and here is row 2. So G2, check the name box. That's G2. That's the cell we're in. They want us to create a formula. Let me pull this one down a little bit again. Sorry about that. And pull that Word document back up again. Oops, that was the Word document. Okay, so they want me to divide the selling price. Let's see, to calculate the selling price percentage of the asking price. In other words, how much, what percentage of how much you wanted to sell the property for did you actually sell it for? So the easy way to say what you're going to be doing is that on the sales price, okay, unless the sales price is more than the asking price, the answer will be less than 1. So if you mistakenly do, you know, one cell first instead of the other, you just redo it, right? And they're not telling us to do a function. Let's get out of that one. Let's get out of the downloads. I did that one I don't need. Okay, so open our Word file again. All right, so insert a formula to calculate the selling price off the asking price. Selling price off the asking price. Okay, so up here again, I'll pull this one up higher now, and it's, oh, I thought I made that a little bit bigger, maybe because I minimized it. Okay, so right here is this one, and I'm going to say equal. Okay, they didn't say to do a function, so all I have to do is divide this one by that one, or this one by that one. Figure out which one works. So let's see, if we ask it to be asking price divide by this number, the answer is going to be more than 1, in my opinion. So I'm going to say equal the selling price by that one. Okay, so equal this one, point and click, / this one, and just enter. If the number, well, of course, here it says the number is 1. Let's go back to that Word document. I think they said, insert a formula to calculate the selling price off the asking price, format it with the percent style with 1 decimal place. So format it with the decimal place, one decimal place using percent. See, right now it's on the accounting number format. You see the $ here. So we want percent. So on the number group, it's this one. So just click percent, and see now it doesn't have the $ anymore, and it's saying 89%. Now if you think, so they want to make over 700,000 on the house, but they only got 645, so therefore it's less than 100 if you want to call it that. So it comes out to 89. That means we did it right. Okay. Now they said 1 decimal place. So first you click percent to turn it into a percentage, and then you want to increase the number of decimals. So if I click it once, now it's 89.0%. That's exactly what they want. Okay. Go back to that Word document, and I'm going to go fast today, not slow. So sorry about the slow start maybe, but it will pick up. Okay, so insert a formula, yes, to calculate the selling price percentage of the asking price. See, they did not say a function. That's why I didn't do equal sum. If you do equal sum, by the way, I'm sure it'll still work fine, but I try to do what they're asking for. Okay, 1 decimal place, and then copy the formula down the column. So here you see down here, all these in the G columns are blank. We're going to copy that formula to them. So I'm going to just see how far. Okay, so we're going to go down to 82. All right. Now I can do it a couple of ways. 1, I can just right click copy and then paste it in. 2, I can do the fill handle and just drag it down. Or 3, I can just double click the fill handle. And that's what I'm going to do. Double click it. And then all those answers are automatically adjusted for each cell until we get to the end of them. It's not going to do it down here because we don't have anything down here. These, I don't know that yet. We'll see. But they're not formulas. Okay, so now that's done all the way down. Okay, so we'll say we did number 2. I think that was number 2. Okay, so in cell G2, in the sales subtotal, insert a formula to calculate the selling price percentage of the asking price. Format it with the percent style with 1 decimal place, and then copy the formula down. So for sure, this should be right. So I'm going to click the red. That's what I think I did when I was doing the Word version. Oops. Make this thing here red. All right. Okay. Now, then they're saying real estate agents often analyze how long houses are on the market. That's for sure. You will calculate the number of days between the listing date and the sale date. Okay. So in cell J2, we were just on, I think, G2, now J2. Enter a formula to calculate the number of days between the listing date and the sale date, and copy the formula down the column. Same thing as what we did up here, but now we're doing it between listing date and sale date. Okay. And again, they did not use the term function, so I won't use a function. So cell J2. So here is J2. Okay. Now days on market, we're going to take the sales date and subtract the listing date because they don't want it to be a negative number. But if we take a 4, 1, and then minus 616, it's going to be negative. So how many days has this been on the market? So you just type it equal, and then you can point and click at this one. Now, if that looks like a 12 to you, remember it's I, because in formula cell addresses in Excel are based on the column letter or letters, because if you go to the right, after Z, it goes to A, AA, then AB, all the way to AZ, then BA to BZ, all the way, etc. But always a letter. So if it looks like a 12 to you, That's not a 1, it's a I. All right. So I2 and then minus, because we want to subtract the listing date to find out how many days it is on the market. So this one has been on the market 76 days. Again, I can put, this time I'll just do the point and click rather than double click. But so if I hover on the little green square in the bottom right corner of that cell J2, and then I can just drag it down, okay? And once I release the mouse, and I'm not going to release the mouse until I get to the, I think it was 82 we said, when I get to the last set of data right here, okay? And now in a second, there they are all there, okay? Now, by the way, these pound signs, I don't know if I'm going to be fixing them, but at some point you're going to probably be told to change the size of these cells, okay? All right, so I'm going to hit my save button. I haven't done that yet. I like to always save these things, okay? So remember, I extracted my file in my downloads, and I then created the folder. You know, when you extract, it creates a folder of itself. So it's in the downloads in my case. So I'm going to minimize this, okay? Oh, I got all that done now. So let's get rid of all that. So I downloaded the instructions. I downloaded the start file, and I downloaded that picture. Yeah, all got it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my Word document, okay? So in my mind, this one is also right, okay? From this one here to there is formatted. Oh, it's not. Let me see. Enter a formula to calculate the number of days. Copy the formula down. So we're not changing the number to any other data type. We're not doing anything else with it. All right. So I'm going to make that one red as well. Okay. Now you're about to subtotal the data. So first you will sort the data. So they want us to sort this list, the list, I guess, of what we're just doing, by city, then by selling agent, and both in alphabetical order, and finally, excuse me, by listing date in chronological order. That's a date order. Oh, but oldest to newest. A to Z, oldest. So oldest to newest to find out how many days, I guess, some of the old, like the homes that aren't selling have been on the market for. All right, so now we have to do this. So you're about to subtotal data. First, you will sort the data. Okay, so now we're going to select that data. So here, or what I'm going to do anyway, and again, we're going to make the assumption this is going to be right. Okay, so sort the data. So I'm going to go from A to J, and I think that was 82. 81. Oh, no, 82. Yeah, it just has the number 81. Okay, so down here, okay, open that document again. All right, so sort the list by city in alphabetical order, then by selling agent alphabetical order. Let me start with those two, okay? So to do any sorting, you know, on the home tab, there's a sort and filter, but that one's not good enough because if I click on, let me click the down arrow on it, this thing here, so it's got sort smallest to largest, sort largest to smallest, custom sort, filter, and let's see what custom sort does. No, I don't want to do that. I want to cancel that. I don't know what the heck I just did. But anyway, I don't want that, although it does say I could add levels. Wait a minute. What the heck? Undo. Was that on 72? Wait, what the heck is going on? Dang it. I'm going to hit one more. Okay, so that I did. I just wanted to show you that you could. Wait, that's still not enough. Okay, and then one more. Okay, so then I selected all these things. I wasn't sure if it was in bold before because I don't remember it being bold, but I guess it was. Okay, and I just want to make sure that everything is good. All right, so anyway, I've got that, but I'm going to go to the data tab because the data tab is where normally we do things when we're talking about lots and lots of sorts. And in this case, there's 3 of them. So I'm in the data tab. And also we're going to be doing this outline thing I saw. So we're going to be doing a little bit more and some subtotals. And that's all done through data. So I'm going to click on sort. And now I want to add a level. Okay. And the first, well, sorry, first I want to sort by. So it said city. That's number 1. And they said A to Z. Let's again look at the document. So sort the list by city in alpha order, then selling agent in alpha order. So the first sort is going to be by cities. So you see over here, it's Cedar Hills, American Fork, Lehigh, American Fork, Alpine, Lehigh, American Fork, Alpine, Eagle Mountain, I guess that's about it. But anyway, they want them to be sorted. So American Fork looks like it's the first, in the A through Z sort. So it's going to go through all them. So all the American Forks will be listed first, okay? And then the next city, maybe E or whatever, will be all them listed. And then once they're all sorted, then they want us to do it by the selling agent. So now I clicked add level, and here I want to say the next one. So selling agent. So in this case, okay, let's see. So American Fork, there's a lot of them, so I'll just look for their names. So there's Cary, Goodrich, and Minkus. I don't want to keep going down anymore, but Cary is obviously the lowest letter. The first, like in selling agent order from A through Z, Cary is first. So Cary, Goodrich, another Goodrich, I mean the same person, he or she sold to, and Lehigh. Okay, so first sort by city. After it's sorted by city, then we want to go back in and say, okay, but within the city, which selling agent, from A through Z sold whatever number of houses, and it could be 1 or 2 or 3 or none, right? So that's those two. And then they said, I think listing date. And then, yeah, listing date in chronological order, oldest to newest. So now I'm going to add another level, listing date, okay? Oldest to newest. That was already picked, but that's what they said. Oldest to newest. Maybe that's the default, like A through Z, it's always the default. Okay, so let me make sure that's all they want before I click. So sort the list by city, then by selling agent, both A to Z, and finally by listing date, oldest to newest. So city, A to Z, selling agent, A to Z, listing date, oldest to newest. I'm going to say OK. Okay, now you see all the Alpine, then American Fork had a lot, Cedar Hills, Eagle Mountain, yeah, there's a lot, Lehigh. So, okay, and Lehigh is the end, all right? But I'll just look at one, and that'll be the first one just to show you. So that's the first sort, Alpine. Then within Alpine, though, you see from Bethune, then Cary, Goodrich, Lugo, Merkin, Minkus, Pijuan, and Reuter. So all those are in that order. And then listing date. So for Bethune, it's only one date, so it's not going to be obvious. Cary, there's only one date, it won't be obvious. Goodrich, there's 3. So let's see. See, oldest is 412. Next one is 55. So 412 is older, then 55, and then 624. So that looks right. Lugo, there's only one we can't tell. Merkin, there's only one we can't tell. Minkus. So there's 4 of them. 415, 418, 419, and oh wait. Minkus. 418, 419, 66, and 618. So they definitely look right. Okay, so I'm going to save this. So in my humble opinion, okay, we now have credit for number 1, number 2, number 3, and this one's now ready to go to red. So remember, even though it says 4, we didn't get credit for 1. So really, I should have 5 points, 10 points, 10 and 5, 15, 10 points. And this one, the subtotal, subtotal. Well, the sort 9 points. So 19 points so far. Now it's this one. You want to display subtotals for 3 columns to analyze the averages. So this is a bigger one. All right, so is this on the big thing again? Yeah, it's on big. Okay, so use the subtotal feature to calculate the average selling price, the percentage of asking price, and days on market by city. So it's not days on market, but all these things are by city. So the average selling price by city, percentage of asking price by city, and days on market by city. Okay, so we got to remember that when we get the subtotal. Ensure that summary below data is selected. I think that's always a default selection, but we'll verify. Then we're going to click OK. Be sure that only the range A1 to J88. Why J88? I just remember going to 82 a minute ago, unless I messed up. Let's go back and look at that document. I don't think there was any possibility of messing up this. 82, but they're saying we're going to go to 88. Don't know why. Don't know yet. But anyway, all right. So I'll have to come back here 2 or 3 times because it's a lot of stuff. So use the subtotal feature to blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to go to the range first. So A1 to J88 for whatever reason. So open this one up. Did I just do that or did I? No, I'm on the 8, whatever I was on. All right, so A1 and then down to J88. 88. And also, see, we get these down below too, but I think these are going to be done after, obviously. Okay, so A1 down to J88. So that's selected. Okay, so let me minimize that. Whoops. And then go back here again. So I've done that selection. Now I need to go in and verify. So first of all, the number one thing for me is that it's by city, but I got to go to subtotal now. So let me just leave that up and come here. Subtotal is for sure in the data group. Okay. If I scroll over more, why don't I have subtotal? Okay, subtotal now pops up. I just needed to make this thing even wider. I hope that shows up on yours okay. So subtotal, okay? Now, when you click subtotal, all right, it's going to be based on what you've already done. So in other words, because see this selection, you have the city sort is already done. The selling agent sort is done second behind the city. And the listing date sort is done third behind the city and then behind the selling agent. And I verified that they are correct, or what seemed to be correct. So now, okay, we have to do that thing again. And remember I said it was by city. It says at each change in, and the default is number. But just think, see here we got Alpine, 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 Alpine 14 times, because the first one is just the header. So 14 Alpines. So after we come to a different city, okay, then we want to capture something. And we want to capture, it said the average. So by city I just did. And then ensure that summary, average selling price, percentage of asking price, and days on market by city. All of these will be average. So it's average selling price, average percentage of asking price, and average days on market. This is actually pretty easy for this part, but after we'll have to see. All right, so let's see. Summary, and then whatever. Selling price, asking price, days on market. All right, so now the function is not going to be sum. We want average, because they said, so the average listing price, or the average selling price, the average percent of asking price, the average days on market, those kinds of things. But we want, and days on market was already there, but so I'll think before I do whatever. So again, I need to go back here. So average, okay, but average is not, so selling price and percentage of asking price. So selling price, that's this one. Okay, then there must be a field called percentage of asking price. That's this one, so check that one as well. And then this one, days on market, was already selected. Maybe because days on market was already whatever, and they think we want to get an average because it is a number and it's already done, like percent of asking price is calculated. I don't know. Anyway, let me look again. So this is days on market. So I have the selling price selected. I have the percentage of asking price selected. Days on market by city is what I want. So days on market, that's all. So days on market by city. So again, let's make sure there's 3. Well, first, each change in city. The function we're using is average. We want it selling price, and we want it percent of asking price, and we want it days on market. They already had days on market. I didn't touch that. So then down here, replace the current subtotals. Well, I mean, we have a new sort, so I think we have to replace whatever is there. And summary below data means, like down here at the end of Alpine, in I guess cell 16, it should now say Alpine average, or average of Alpine or something. And then it should do the calculations for selling price. So this one should have an average on the same cell 16. Percent of asking price should have an average in, again, in G16, and days on market should calculate all these, divide by the number to come up with that one. Okay, so I'm going to now, and summary below data, it said, so summary below data is selected, and then click OK. So OK. Okay. Okay. So see, on 16, we now have Alpine average. So for all the city of Alpine sales, and they didn't ask for an asking price average, but they said a selling price, they wanted an average. So if you add up all these numbers, those 14 or so numbers, and divide them by 14, the average is 504,911. Okay. The percent of asking price from 101, 93, 93, 95, 85, 98, whatever, whatever. The average 95.4 logically seems to make sense based on that. Okay. The average on the selling price also. Some are a few hundred thousand, few hundred, a couple hundred, few hundred, and a couple are over a mil, couple 700 or whatever. So 504 sounds probably about right. And this one here, 70 days, but with a huge fraction, 25, 68, 200, 140, 80. And again, you know, there's a whole bunch that are not very many days and only a couple that are big. So 70 is probably about right. And then let's just verify the others are there, but without not worrying about them. So then American Fork, and we have an average. We have an average for F, an average for G, and an average days on market. Then Cedar Hills, we got 3 averages, which is what we asked for. Eagle Mountain, we got 3 averages. That's what we asked for. And Lehigh, we got 3 averages. That's what we asked for. 80. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't know if I made a mistake, but I know they said 88. Confused me because of all them empty whatevers, but I don't think we had grand average there. Maybe we did. So let's go back up here. So now let's go back over to the instructions. All right, so ensure that summary below, we did that. Click OK. Be sure that the range is, okay, that was the range, and I did go to 88. Group the data using, oh, okay, group, I haven't done this. Group the data using auto outline. So it's still selected, right? It goes down to 88. 80, wait, 80, wait a minute. It's down to 94. I did not do 94. I think what happened is I had selected 88, and now I'm thinking I shouldn't have, because the numbers only went to 82. And these extra numbers we have is because, see, we have an Eagle Mountain, Lehigh average. So that's an extra row. Eagle Mountain average, that's an extra row. That's 2. Cedar Hills average, that's 3 extra. American Fork average, that's 4. And Alpine average, that's 5. I believe we were at 82 or 83, and it pushed us, I think, higher, but I started at 88 is what they said. And anyway, I'm just going to do it this way, but I think now there's a mistake. Worst case scenario, we can probably fix the mistake. Okay. All right. So what was I saying? Oh, then it said group by something. Yeah, group auto outline. So it's selected. I'm just going to say auto outline. Okay. Modify, and I'll say okay. All right. So that is there. Now let's go back to the document. So group the data using auto outline. Collapse the outline to hide the listing and sales dates. So I got to do that one and then this next one. So group the data auto outline. Collapse the outline to hide the listing and sales dates. This is easy. Hiding, in other words, they want these listing and sales to go away. And see, this minus here will basically mean these things will go away. Okay, but only the 2 with the, you may or may not be able to see there's a little dot. They're the ones that are going to go away if I click minus. So I'm just going to do it. I can undo it if I have to. Yeah. So those 2 are gone. Okay. So to hide the listing and sales dates. There's no listing and sales dates anymore. Okay. So that's fine. Then it says click the outline symbol to display the grand average and city average rows only. Grand average, city average. So when they're talking about the outline symbols, that's these things over here. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3. Normally 1 collapses everything except maybe the grand total. And then 2 would collapse a little bit more. And then 3 is probably what we're on right now, the full thing. Okay. So I'm going to start with number 1 and just see if this is correct. Okay. All right. So it says grand average. Okay, we do have a grand average though, which is good. I'm sure they're going to have us play with these numbers, but I'm probably not going to get that far. So what did I say? Grand average, but I think it said something else. Click the outline symbol to display grand average and city averages, average rows. So there's at least 2. So it's not 1, it's probably 2. Okay. Okay. So now we have those Alpine, that's a city, average. American Fork, that was a city, average. Cedar Hills, again, Eagle Mountain and Lehigh. So we have now the average of all of them automatically just with that. Okay. So let me hit the save. See how many points I should have. I want to get somewhere between 50 and 60 if I do 40 or 50%, which means doing 7 or 8. And I think I said I'd do 8. Let's see, where am I? So I saved that, right? Save. Okay, let's pull this thing back up. All right, so that one, oh wait, it says, so click it to display grand average and city average. So for sure, all right, that's what they want. So just to show you again, I don't want to waste time, but if I click number 3 just to see where it goes, okay, number 3 is everything. Everything. This is where we were at the beginning, okay? Okay, so that was the beginning. I mean, you know, when we did the work. And then if we go down to number 1, it's only the grand average. And then number 2 is the grand average and the city averages. And so we want to save it right there. Okay. Now these up here, there's also a 1 and a 2. But these are, see, this is like the meat, the work in there. So that's on the whole table. 1 and 2. That, okay, that may put back, the 2 would probably put back what we took away, and the 1 do whatever, but I don't want to click something that I'm not sure on, just in case. Actually, I'll go ahead and click it. 1, unless it adds stuff, and then you never know, but I'll click 1 just to see. Okay, yeah, see, it took something away, but I got to remember which one I was at then. And then 2, oh, but now see listing, I messed up. Okay, so yeah, it's 1 pulls them away, and then the other pulls even more away. We were only taking away these, so that's where I got to go back to. Okay, I want to hit the save again. I hope I didn't, whatever, but I think that is, this looks further over to the left now. Dang it. Ah, man. Yeah, I think I messed up. Let me just click this again. That, days on market. That. For sure take that away. So that one. And then this, 1, 2. I don't remember seeing number and street, no, on a number and address, but I must have, I guess. I must have. Okay, anyway, I hope I didn't mess that up, but it won't take that many points away, I don't think, if I did. All right, so that's number 5. Okay, so that's done. So now you're ready to format the data and set a print area to print only a selected portion of the worksheet. Format the average days on market as numbers with 0 decimal places, and then apply wrap text in cells G1 and J1, and then set a print area. So there's a few things to do. So first of all, average days on market is a cell. We want probably a column. So we want to go to that column and change it to 0 decimal places. So format average days on market. Format average days on market. Well, this is days on market. It doesn't say average days on market. Let's see if that picture doesn't show us anything. See, I don't like, because they don't show us things that I like to see. Oh, but you know what? We're also not, oh, you know, okay, so here's 1 through 16. So even though we're only showing these, because it's only picking up the average for the cities, I think if I fix this to 0 on days on market, it fixes for the ones we don't see too. Okay, so let me look at that one more time. So 6, format the average days on market as numbers with 0 decimal places. So I'm just going to go here. Here, I could take the whole column or just take like here to here. I don't know. Let's go in here to home, and let's go to number, and we want this to be a number that says general. I'm going to do number and 0 decimal places. That's increase, that's decrease. So that's what I'm going to pick. Hit my save. All right, so let's go back here. So that was average days on market as number. So that you got to change it to number. It said general, so make sure you click number from that number drop down box, meaning again up here. So if I'm on this, then I'm up here in the number area and I want it number. So if yours, when you select it, doesn't say number, you just click the down arrow and then click the one that says number. Okay, and then change it to the take away the decimal places so that there's none. Okay, all right, so that's that. Go back here again. So that was that part. Now apply wrap text in G1 and J1. Wrap text G1, J1. So here is G1 and here is J1. You know what? I'm going to do these individually because, again, see, we're hiding some, like we're hiding H and I. And even though I didn't do this, meaning just click and drag, because I think that would drag it all. But I want to make sure that I only do G and only do J and not what's in between that are hidden because of us clicking the 1 or the 2 to get rid of them. So G wrap text right there. And then J wrap text there. Okay. Now it's not showing everything, but I think that's because we're going to do something else. But I'm going to hit the save. Okay. So when I click on J1, you see wrap text has a border around it. So for sure that's selected. I click G1, wrap text is also selected. If I click, let's say city, see wrap text is not on. Okay. So that's fine. So now let's go back to the document again. Where am I? I was on. Yeah, okay. Wrap text in that. Now set a print area for the range C1 to J88. So they want me to go C1 to J88. So I'm just going to click in C1 and go to J88. Okay. We don't have anything in 88. I really think I somewhere I made a little mistake, but I think it was based on them telling me things. And I have a tendency to always think perhaps they're not doing the best job because we don't really get to see it. But I'm just following what I see. So C1 to J88. Remember, even though you don't see more than whatever that number is, 5 or 6 or 7 cells, but over here, look, it's 1 and then it's 16. After 16, it's 37. They're not showing the individual cities because remember the sort that we did was display averages only. So it was those new rows. Like I think this one was row 16 for Alpine average. And that this one here is most likely row just 37. And then in between are all the American forks. And between 1 and 16 are all the Alpine cities. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to say that's done. But now do I have to do that in my print? Meaning go to File, Print. Or again, let's see what they say. So set a print area. Set a print area for the range. If you set a print area and you get out of it, I think it goes away. So I think this is the area. So like now, if I go File, Print, that'll, and just to see what our choices are. So only print the active sheets. Well, that's the sheet shows up over here. But there's also the selected range or whatever. And I have that selection, but I don't want to click on it because I don't think then if I get out, it's not going to do anything different. So I'm just going to make the assumption that this is the selection so that if later on they want us to print it, this part's already selected. All right, so I'm going to hit my save. All right, so that is that. So we did the wrap text, we did this print area, we did the formatting, the days on market with 0 decimal places, and we changed them to be numbers. All right, so number 7, I think I said I'd go to number 8. Number 7, select individual, so how many points should I have if here I don't see if I did it right, but I'm going to say again I did this right. Whether I did or not, we'll know, and I'm going to say I did this right, hopefully. So let's see how many points we should have. So that is 3, 13, 22, 27, 32. 32 points is not too many, But now I got this one to do and that one to do. So select individually, columns individually. G and J, change the column width to 10 and change the row height. Okay, the row height is the one that's not letting us see the wrap text stuff. Okay, so G and J individually to 10. So they're saying individually, so I'm going to do them one at a time. So let's see, G and J. Oh, so then I do have to get rid of that one. So G, oh, you know what? I don't think I do it there. I can just, let's see, in my home tab, yeah, cells. I want to make G a certain width. You can technically click here and drag, but you know, that's a little bit harder. So I'm going to go in here, and this is column. So here, and then I want column width, and it's on 16. So they want me to make it 10. So I'll say OK. So now we see even less. But when we make the row height for number 1 bigger, taller, then we'll probably see the rest of the text. So that's G. And now I'll do J, same way. So format, column width. And that one's a weird number, but I'll say 10. Okay, and say OK. And that made it narrower. All right, so I'm going to hit save again. Okay, I hope to make this no more than 1 hour. And I think I'm about 13 minutes away from that. All right, so there. So let's see. Oh, change the row height, yeah, to 24 for the first row. So now, same thing, but now I want to do that for the first row. So I'm going to kind of click the first row to be on it. And then up here, and again, I could just click between, but because there's also a bunch of hidden cells and stuff, I don't really want to do that. But I'll go to cells, format, and now I want row height. Okay, it's only 12.75. They said make it 24. So then say OK. We still are not setting, we're not seeing everything. So either a change is going to be made later. You know what? I don't really think this was supposed to be bold. Remember when, sort of at the beginning of this, when I was doing my selections and whatever, and then I said, let me just look at this for a minute. I did something. I think that's when that turned bold. Although, you know, here, these are in bold. But why would this not say now percent of asking price? See, we're missing price. Plus, the G on asking is really not all showing. So I'm not sure. In days on market, that one does show everything. Anyway, not going to worry about it, but I'm going to hit my save. I at least get a decent score, you know, based on going through it one time, we'll say whatever. All right, so that's that one. So now 7, I've done the first row to 24, column G to 10, column J to 10. So I shall say that one is right too. Okay, and now my last one. Go to cell C101. C101, read the questions and type the correct answers in the respective highlighted cells in the range G102 to G106. Do not copy and paste results from the subtotal rows. Do not copy. Type the numeric values rounded to the, why in the heck, or apply a counting number format to one cell. This is something I told you guys, don't ever do this. Why would you type a stupid answer instead of say equal and then base it on the other cell? Anyway, let me just go in here. So cell 101, read the questions. And then they're saying, though, in the range is 102 to 106. So let me just go here and see again. So 101, C101. Okay, yeah, it says answer these questions. So where do they tell me to put them? Here, or I don't even know where they told me to put them. Let's see. Read and type the correct answers in the respective highlighted cells in G102 to G106. G102 to G106. G. Oh, man. Now, see, this moved over. I knew it moved over. Why did I click on 1 or 2 when I was telling you guys that? God bless it. Yeah. So my score is going to be all messed up, but I'm not going to start over. But this was over to the left, and I really, really, God bless it. Let me just click one of these just to see one thing. All right, that's just showing the data for that one, for all Alpine. But I think this was over there, so maybe there was, again, one of these. No, definitely not that. Shoot. Percent of whatever and whatever. God bless it. So I have to type the numbers now in G102, and that won't make sense. So if I move these darn things, I think they were way over here. You know what was that? That wasn't in the picture either. Well, I really don't want to. So please note my score is going to be wrong because of where I'm typing based on them. G102 to G106. So the average selling price in Alpine, that definitely is in C102. I could move C102 over to the left so it'll fit better. Maybe then they won't dock me as many points. Let me pull this one over just to see. Now, oh, it's moving it all though. Yeah, but why is G102? Undo it. I don't know. So I'm just going to type the answer in G102. So it says, what is the average selling price in Alpine? Well, here's Alpine, average selling price. So I got to go up and look. Oh, God bless it. This is gone again. I got to show everything. Is that everything? No, everything. All right. So average selling price. Oh, man, I messed it all up. No, 3, I said. Yeah, it's not even here now. God bless it. That one. Selling price, average percent of asking. Oh man, I'm also missing one of these things now. Average, okay, selling price. So the average selling price, okay, Alpine, it's 504,911. So Alpine, 504,911. 504,911. And they want me to type it. So, oh, now look, it's over here again. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, but they said type it. So 504,911. That's the average selling price there. Which city is the highest average percent of asking price? Highest average percent of asking price. So the biggest percent asking price. Percent asking price. Which city? Percent of asking price. Percent of asking. So Alpine 95.4. All right. American Fork so far, they're 96.4. 96.4. Cedar Hills is less than 96.4, so it's still 96.4. I don't know why they're having us do it this way, but anyway. Eagle Mountain is less than 96.4, so it's still 96.4. So 96.4, but which city is that now again? American Fork? Yeah, American Fork. So spell it American space Fork, capital A, capital F. So here, American Fork. Okay. Which city is the least number of average days on market? So average days on market, the lowest number. Average, all right, days on market. So Alpine 70. So Alpine so far. Cedar Hills 46. So Cedar Hills so far, 46. Eagle Mountain 83. So it's still 46. So it's 46. And that was which one was it? Cedar Hills. Cedar Hills, and make sure that's average days. Yeah, Cedar Hills. Okay, so Cedar Hills. They want us to type these in though. Cedar Hills. All right, what is the average day on market for all cities? Average days on market for all cities. So that would be the grand average, which is 72. Okay, so the grand average, 72. So here we just type that 72. And which city had the lowest average selling price? So selling price, lowest. So Alpine 504. American Fork 367. So far 367 for American Fork. Cedar Hills 398. So still American Fork. Eagle Mountain 344. I think that's less. Yeah, 344 is now the lowest. So Eagle Mountain. Oh, Lehigh. 224. I don't have to say the number. I just got to say the city. Lehigh average. Lehigh. Which city? Lehigh. L-E-H-I. Okay. So I'm going to hit my save. But you know what? Now I don't remember if I'm supposed to show it this way. Because remember when they told me at the beginning, not at the beginning, but after I did all the stuff, they said show only the grand average and the average by city or something. But anyway, I'm going to leave it this way. This way, at least it shows in the right cells. Okay, now apply accounting number format with 0 decimal to cell G102. So G102, that was G102. This one. Okay, yeah, that's a selling price. So selling price, so over here, $sign is what I think they said. Let's see. Apply accounting number, well, with 0 decimal places to G102. G, yeah, 102. So, but 0 decimal, that's decrease, 1, 2. Okay, so now it fits there. Okay, hit the save again. All right, so that's 156. Oops. So now let's see here. So according to that, I'm going to say I got this right. Oh, wait, all this. Okay, so that to that, that. All right, so it should be 5, 8, 11, 21, 30, 35, and 5 is 40, so 40. Okay. All right, now let's see, that's 8. Let me verify that there are 19 or 18 or 20 or whatever. So 8 out of 20 would be 40. Save and close doesn't count. Oh, wait, I'm not doing these things. Yeah, you're going to, okay. So yeah, I should get 40 points or whatever I just said. Okay, so I'm going to hit the save. All right, save that. I saved my file. Remember, before you upload, always save it. Now, at this point, anyway, they didn't say to do anything else. Maybe at the end, they'll tell you where they want you to be or whatever. Remember, I'm only on sales subtotal, actually. So I'm going to hit the save, close it down, and now I want to choose the file. Okay, so now I have to go into, oh, that was in my downloads, actually, I said. So downloads, and that's the zip part. So in here at this time here, I want to look at the date. It's 158 on 3/5. 3/5/157. So this is it. Always verify on your computer time and date the file you want to upload in it. And if you have hit the save recently, it should be within a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm going to click that one and open and say upload. It's successful. Now submit it for grading. Obviously, I'm not going to get all my points, but it has close assignment. Oops, shoot. Ah, dang it. Cancel. All right, now I have to go to that thing here. This thing here. Wait, that was what I said. I only did 3 or 4 steps. Where's my, I forget how to refresh. This one? You take me out of there. Oh, come on. Oh, right. All right, let me go again. Let me just come in here, go back here, go into student start here, go into here. Sorry about this. I do want this one to be an hour, no more, and it's maybe an hour right now. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I want course materials, and then I want to see if that thing is updated. I should get 40 points in my humble opinion, if I count it right. So, oh, and let's see. That's, yeah. So your view is this view, student view. Excel simulation. This one here, mid-level project. Okay, I got a 34.7. How the heck do I, let's see, view. Let's see, can I click this one? No. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to see it. Complete it. No. How the heck? Yeah. I don't want to view everybody's submission, so I'm just going to try to, if it brings me to all, I'll just scroll down as quick as I can. That's this thing here, I guess. So, but I want to see it. How the heck do I see it? Yeah. Okay, there we go. 34%. So let's see what the heck happened. So we got 5 out of 5 on number 2, 5 out of 5 on number 3, 9 out of 9 and number 3. So we did sort it correctly. This thing here, I really, yeah, this messed up, I think, because of one of those things I was demonstrating. I'm certain this was right. Okay. And because of that, the other thing may have messed up. But let's see here. So this one here, subtotal feature, if I click this, I think it shows them what is not right. So blank row was not detected. Yeah, see, there was a blank row after I did that. And yeah, so there, yeah, there's this stuff here, blank row not detected, is because I had hit something to delete something. I shouldn't try to demonstrate more than what they want me to do. And but for sure it was done right. And then I did another step. So if you do it exactly like I did, you for sure it'll be right. Blank row. So blank row, because remember I was even saying there's like 5 or 6 rows that either appeared or disappeared after I did some clicking. So that wasn't, you know, anything I had done. So that's that. And then this one here, days mark it as numbers. For sure that was also done right. But again, afterwards, yeah, the blank row. See, it's all because of blank rows that were not, that were, you know, that affected the score. Okay. And I didn't do down to after number 8. So in my opinion, you know, if you just follow what I did, for sure you'll get, that's 40 out of 40. It's a matter of then continuing on. All right. So have a great day. And if you, I'll see you in class. Let's see here. Let me save this thing and stop my recording actually.